Hello, hello, it's Friday night and this is FishEZ. Thank you so much for joining us on this Friday night just to take a peek at some of the interesting things we got going in the fish room. As you can see here, they are looking at some Penderini, a pair of Penderinis, and the male and the female are quite different. The female is yellow with black splotch. The male is completely different, not so much yellow but blue, with a also has some of the red outline on the tail, and that is quite indicative of the Pistogramma species here. Also, you might notice that the female has ventral fins that are definitely have black on them. Hello, Jeff. Thank you for joining tonight. Had a late start tonight just because it was a long day selling fish, and we were at a couple stores in different places throughout the city. So it was traffic, and getting back on a Friday is not easy. Honestly, it's pretty rough on a day like that. We don't get much else done, and usually it puts us back in time. But we had a lot of talk about different Pistogrammas. I have another pair right here. You can see the male. Males have a yellow but long ventral fins, but it's obvious that the black spot in the center is in the center. Hey, red laser. Yeah, whereas in the females, the black spot seems to be more in the belly area, and it goes right up into the body, making some very interesting look to it. I really like the females. This pair has been going in and out of the cave for some time, but I have not seen any fry yet. However, in discussing this one here too, going in and out of the cave, there she is sticking her head out. And you'll notice that when a Pistogramma is doing that, there's sometimes eggs. She's guarding them. However, I tend to say that they're not probably getting any hatching done because, as you know, we brought the pH down to 5.5 in this one, 6.7 in this one. But we're going to take a look at the pH meter now and see if there's been any change to that. But after they've been for some weeks, maybe even a month or more, just in this water, there's not a lot of activity. So I think it's time to bring the pH down and see if that does the trick. There's a lot of flirting going on. Definitely flirting. Male-female interaction. And over here, there was babies on my backside, so let's take a look from the pair. This pair here has this. She's way back in the corner. Hi, Dars Aquatics. Thank you for joining tonight. So these are the young ones from the first batch of the Pistogramma. Notice the black spot on this one, right there in the center. It's kind of more on the belly side. My guess is that's going to develop into some yellow, and we're going to have a female. On the other hand, look at this one right here. It's just a black spot right in the center of the body. That one, I suspect, will be a male. So it's a little early to tell. I might even try. I don't know if I'm going to try to do that. Maybe somehow get some males and females identified. But for sure, we want to see what the sex ratio is on these fish. Yeah, so interested in that. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Well, I am going to, why not take Anthony M. Welcome. I'm so glad you were able to join us tonight. And let's see, we were talking, remind me what we wanted to show you, Anthony. Tonight, specifically, there was a question I did have We did talk about some of the barbs today. In my community tank here, you see the black. What kind of fish will go well with angelfish? Some barbs will. These are checkered barbs. There's a male. You can see by the color of the finnage. And then we've got the rummy nose tetras. Those are fairly decent. They're good tank mates for angelfish because they definitely won't bother them. They're speedy little fellas, and they'll stay to themselves and be on by themselves. And also, there's some barbs here. These are the black ruby barbs. Here's some males that are starting to show color. They're already, they were speeding around last night. See this one here with it's got like a red nose. They were really getting some nice colors for the first time, chasing the females around. So it looks like I got a good number of males to females. And so we're going to be breeding those very soon. We need to get a good group of black ruby barbs. And I think even the checkered barbs are probably breedable. They're probably old enough, even though the males, when they get a little larger and bigger, they get black, super black with beautiful reddish fins. Like just imagine this little guy in an all black body with the red colored fins that he's got there. Small fish, peaceful fish, got a little blue translucent, well, not translucent, but a blue sheen on him. Makes him look very nice. So thank you, everybody. So glad to see you. I'm going to be speaking about a couple of things. I got a new item this week, and I'm going to show it off. It's actually something that you may have seen. It's been around for years and years, but it's something that was kind of new to me, but it was in concept, something kind of probably what I would use in a very special circumstance, and I'm going to share what that circumstance is. It has to do with brine shrimp. As you know, I have quite a few brine shrimp. You need to set up your black ruby barbs. They've been spawning in the wrong tank. Yeah, you know, community tank, spawning in a community tank doesn't do us much good. Oh, which reminds me, behind me in the rack, we're going to look at some of the fry. These are some green tiger barbs in these two tanks. Let me reverse the camera. And right now the light is off because I've just not really had a need to have the light on. I try to not have it so I can take these. I'm going to take a flashlight now and we're going to look in this tank. This one has a lot of them, but I will first look in the right tank because I have not been able to spot any. So I turn the light on. I'm looking along the sides, looking for any little like glass splinter-like creatures hanging off the walls. I see a lot of little bugs, creatures. There's plenty of infusoria and things growing in this tank, but what's really funny is that the pair of green tiger barbs that I put in here, I saw them spawning. They went into the Java moss, they did their little dance, and they were shivering. And I know that there was some spawn in here, but I have yet to see a fry. It's kind of weird. Maybe there's just a few and I'm not seeing them. But let's take a look at the next tank, which I did not see them go. But there's a fry right there on the glass. See it right there? Going up and down the glass. And looking over everywhere I look, I see one or two along the glass. They're very small. They're like splinters at this stage. They're only about 4 days old, but they've become free swimming now. So what I did was here's one right in the front, right here. You see it? I don't know if you can see it with the. Oh, it must have shot away. Maybe my flashlight scared it off. I'm going to try now. Just turn the light on. We'll take a look. All right. See if we see anything. Once the lights come on, they kind of get skittish. Might just disappear real quick. Oh, here he is. He's on this side now. He's going down. He's right there. See above my finger? Mm. Yeah, this is where the tiny tiger barbs are hanging out. There's quite a few in this tank, so there's really not even a question as to how many. There's going to be quite a few. In a few weeks, we're going to see a cloud of fish in this tank. That's kind of nice, and maybe in this tank we'll see just a few. I don't know. Hello, Mr. Z. Somebody's joined us. Would you like to say hello to the friends? Yeah. Okay, this is Mr. Z.
Yellow.
And he says yellow, everyone. And he's Sonic Fast right there. And we are happy to have him with us. Anything new with your fish?
One of the blue ones are getting chunky.
Oh, getting chunky. Well, that means you got to cut down. And Jeff says hello, Mr. Z.
Hello.
Yep, we're glad to have you all.
I'll say the captain.
What's that?
Can I be the cameraman?
Cameraman? Well, what are you going to cameraman? You gonna hold the camera?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to hold the camera?
Yeah.
Okay, you can hold the camera.
Red Laser says Mr. Z, sir.
Yes, Mr. Z, sir.
It's been a while since I've been in the fish room.
It is. You haven't been by to visit for some time now. So I'm having my iced tea. I've got iced tea tonight. We got back. Thank you very much, Anthony. It was good to see you and meet you at the store. Just so everybody knows, the Planet Aquaria in the I think it's Oakville area is open for business. They've got some of our fish, and they've got now they're stocked with black rams. They've got discus and some angelfish. So you can pick up some nice fish there. And I hope you get by. One of my favorite stores to visit, because each tank is got a lot of nano fish, but plenty of planted tanks, lots of plants to buy and get involved with, and some beautiful setups on the first floor. So get on over there to Planted Tank. We've actually, I don't know where it is right now. I used to have it. I had their bag used to be hanging up here. We got one of their bags. So,
No.
okay, well, you are a cameraman, so you're holding that steady or no?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Why don't you zoom in for the Odessa barbs, because those are a nice group of beautiful fish. The Odessa barbs in here, it looks like we got a good number of males. And that one's a long-finned rosy barb. We got plenty of those available too. Look at this one here. He is quite a deal. Yeah, they're beautiful fish, and they're mixed together. And what we use them, the rosy barbs, we've bred quite a few hundred of those, and they'll become available very soon. In fact, it's just a matter of harvesting them from the outdoor tanks we have. They're not ponds, but they're actually outdoor tanks. Okay, so what else are you showing us, Mr. Cameraman? You're going to show us some of the Danios. Got Danios and CPDs in this tank.
You should call the video title of Mr. Z.
Mr. Z's back. Okay, Mr. Z's back.
Oh.
We're glad to have you back. Oh, I wanted to show this fish to Anthony, if he's still there. I hope so. This was the one, the Pentazona. Can you get a zoom in of these little guys? They are gorgeous. You get a good shot of them? We don't have a light on this tank, but let me see what would happen if I move the light from this other tank over. Oh, there we go. Much better. Can you see them?
Yep, I can see them.
Yeah, these look like striped fish, similar to a tiger barb, but they're not tiger barbs. They tend to school more, and they also tend to be peaceful. And there's a good group here, which I'm going to probably let go probably half of them, and I might just keep half of them for myself because they're so nice.
I think Anthony, I think is still inside. I think Anthony.
He's still there, right? Did he make a comment? Go hit the button down and look at the. Oh, That's the bottom. Okay. So these are hexazonas, also known as pentazonas. They do have 5 stripes, like in a pentazona, but when they get older, and they get much older, full size. Let me lift this up here, right here over my head. These are the males and females, the older ones, and that's what they look like when they get older. At the very base of the tail, you'll see a sixth stripe. I mean, hexazona. Hexagon, yeah. So see the 6th stripe? It starts to form when they really get older. And so by really, even though people always say, oh, there's only 5 stripes, but they might just get them. Yes, we do sell online. We sell at a website called
FishEZ.com?
Nope. FishEZ.ca is the official place where we used to sell, but now we do it at aquarium.biz.
Yeah, with Mike King.
Yeah, Malik King. Yeah, that's aquarium.biz. Yes, and I'm continuing to add that on. Let's see, you're asking, how do you spell that? Aquarium.biz or the hexazonas? Yeah, these are beautiful fish. When they get older, you see the males get a lot more reddish in them, and they're thinner. And the females are like this one. There's a female. She's kind of not as red.
Empire of Dark Aquariums, Jeff Kane.
Dirt aquariums.
Dirt aquarium.
I mean, I'm sure it's dark too.
I think he posted
He did.
He did.
That's great. So here we are, and thank you so much, Jeff, for posting that. We do appreciate that. When you, as a good moderator, it's so nice to do, right?
But is for Canada?
What is for Canada?
But that is for Canada.
Are you talking about receiving fish or the hard goods? We can ship all over the world. We already have shipped a lot of our products, even as far as Australia. We ship live food cultures. I've sent paramecia to Australia. It survived, no problem. Yeah, a lot of times it's just a matter of what can be shipped and what not. Live fish is a little more difficult to get across into certain countries. If you're in the United States, we might try to make it happen. May not be so easy, but we could at least try. I don't know. So anyway, where are you located at?
Anyone?
Yeah. Yeah, Anthony, the name of your planted aquaria, that's it. Planted aquaria. Yeah, you're talking about planted aquaria, red laser?
Why is he saying
Idaho?
Idaho.
Because he's in Idaho. He's asking about whether we can ship to Idaho.
Yes or no? Is the question.
Well, honestly, we could try. It just depends on usually the order size. Sometimes, like for example, it would be a little costly for me to take the fish down to Niagara Falls and ship from there. I could do that. I'd have to take it into the United States and then ship it from there. So I don't know if that can be done, but
maybe I could come with you.
Oh, you'd like to? Do you have a passport?
Yes. Okay, red laser answered you. Yes.
Yes, he didn't answer me. He's answering about the Planet Aquaria. Yeah. They were talking about the Planet Aquaria, the special video. Okay. So, you do live very close. Idaho is right around the corner from Wyoming, and that would be pretty close to who. That's there's a that's Idaho is close to Wyoming, which is where where I got my mascara barbs from.
Okay. There's the link
to the Planet Aquarium. Oh yeah, very good. Everyone, Dan's Fish. Thank you, Jeff. When I have these moments, I can't think. Yeah, Dan's Fish is very close to Idaho. Dan can probably get the fish. I got my mascara barbs from Dan, but what he did was he said he could ship to Canada, but turns out he couldn't. And in the end, and so he shipped to Niagara Falls. I had to drive down, which is a 2-hour drive. I had to drive 2 hours to drop off or pick up the fish and bring them back myself. Yeah.
So 4 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours down. Yeah, that's 2 hours back. You're right. It's quite a trip. Anyway, sometimes we're worrying about that. You know, we'd like to ship fish. It would be nice if we could just ship fish anywhere, but it's not always practical or possible because of the regulations.
Because of government.
Government regulations, exactly right. But, you know, we have to follow the rules, so it's what it is. Okay, so what is next on the agenda? We're getting close to the, what are we going to look at next?
Finale.
The what?
Close to the finale.
The finale?
Yeah, just
Finale. I'll show you something we got tonight. This is kind of new.
I remember
Really,
the last time I was
you
here.
probably didn't even see this before because this just came in the mail. This, my friend, is a brine shrimp hatchery that uses no air.
Oh, that's new.
What it needs is just a light over the center area. We're going to take a look to see if there's any brine shrimp in there. You want to? Yeah, you can hold it over there. Hold it over the hole. No.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh, that's microscopic.
You see? Oh, yeah. There's brine shrimp. Tons of
Dozens.
them. Yeah.
Billions, quadrillions,
Really? That many?
thousands.
So this is a special case. We're talking about, now what I'm going to do, they can see it.
That's good.
Yeah. Now, all I have to do is pick up the sieve. Watch. Just pick up the sieve. And I just harvested.
It looks like to me
Look at all that.
sand piranhas.
So I got all this baby brine shrimp.
To feed.
And I'm going to show you how easy it is now to feed. We're just going to go, let's see, can you hold this for me? You hold it for us, okay? Just hold it. Grab it. Okay, thank you. And I've got these newly free-swimming fish.
Ugh.
So I'm just going to go ahead and feed them right into, you see? Going to dip it inside.
I remember you used to eat air.
Yeah, but we're gonna talk about that. So, as I'm doing here, I'm dipping and cleaning out this into a container with a bunch of these are actually angelfish, platinum longfins.
You had a fish for them.
Yeah. So now it's clean as a whistle, and all I got to do is put it back. We're gonna put it back, and we're gonna just
It's like harvest.
plop it in.
It's like in Minecraft, you just get infinite harvest.
Yeah. So now the light in this contraption has only the light is only in the center. The rest of the box is black. So I want you to hold the camera, and I'm going to take the lid off so they can see what's inside. You're putting your hand over the camera. Careful.
Cut.
Yeah, cut. Okay, now let's just take a look inside here and see what this looks like, because there is some design to this thing. Are you looking at the device, or are you looking at the floor?
I'm trying to kneel down.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna lift the lid and show you what this does. So there you go.
That's all.
That's it. But there's something special about this. The salt water is put in 1 liter, and 2 tablespoons. Is it 2 tablespoons? Yeah, 2 tablespoons of salt in 1 liter. And then you'll notice that the eggs are put on the outer rim. And then there's this translucent piece here that allows them to go under and up and over and under and up and over. So it's a baffle. And so they're going through this baffle. So what draws them is that the live baby brine shrimp goes towards the light. And eventually they get towards the light. And then they sit at the center where the light is, and they can be harvested. But notice the shells are all along the outer edge. It's an ingenious design. And this is why I like it. So I have San Francisco brand baby brine shrimp being harvested right here. Boom. There's more. I just picked up another big harvest. See, another bunch just flew in there. Of course, I don't need it right this second, but it's ready to go. Now, for a couple days, maybe 2 or 3 days, this is going to give me baby brine shrimp. Now, maybe not in large quantity.
Yes.
You okay?
Yeah.
Now, maybe not in large quantity, not going to be the case. But you see, do we really need large quantity? The answer is, when we have large batches of fry, yes, we need large quantity of baby brine shrimp. But when some fry are just born, they are newly hatched, they're too small to even eat baby brine shrimp. That's the time when I'm going to be using this device to hatch out and always have on hand at any time when I need it a small supply of very small baby brine shrimp known as the San Francisco strain, because that's what I have. I have those eggs. But now, if by chance somebody comes along and just gives me a spawn, I'm going to be ready for them, because all I need is for it to work for a day or two. The first couple days after eating the very smallest newly hatched baby brine shrimp of San Francisco strain, the fish are then able to grow enough to eat the regular baby brine shrimp that's a little bigger. So it's like a transition period. When they're very small, they don't eat a lot of baby brine shrimp. The truth is, they only eat 1 or 2 Nopolis, and next thing you know, their stomachs are full because they're so small. So they don't eat a lot of it. So I don't need a lot of quantity. So that's how it's going to work. And it's going to be extremely helpful, because in the past, if you look at my bottles hanging up there, you see the bottles? You got bottles. This one here is regular. This is baby brine shrimp, regular size. So is this one, the one in the back. But I was using a separate 2-liter bottle and hatching out the baby brine shrimp San Francisco style. But there was one problem that I never could overcome, and that is, what's wrong? It's falling? So this bottle, you got to be very careful. This bottle is San Francisco, and it was mixing the eggs and the shells, and I couldn't separate the shells. So that was the biggest issue we had, because the shells, for some reason, didn't float to the top as do the other ones. They tend to mix in with the hatchlings, so that when you harvest them, I use a flashlight and I try to siphon out where the flashlight is brightest. And yeah, I'm getting a few of these brine shrimp from the San Francisco style, but I'm getting a lot of other non-desirable shells and unhatched eggs. Why? Because it's done in a bottle and it's all mixed up, and it just uses aeration and continues to mix it. That's not a problem with the other baby brine shrimp, because once you settle turn off the air, it tends to somehow float the shells so easy, and I don't know why it's not the same case with the San Francisco. But using this device, you can see that the shells never travel to the center of the device. So what we'll do is we'll just continue to use it until finally, when I harvest or I look in the center with a bright light and I'm unable to bring out any more, when it just stops hatching. So that's the thing. It'll just stop hatching, and I'll have to reset it by cleaning it out and starting more eggs. And they do hatch within 24 hours. So this is another thing. It is almost instant. If I harvested everything tonight, I could reset it, and tomorrow night I will have more baby brine shrimp right at the center. So it's a quick hatch. So I always have a little supply. And that's what I wanted to share. It's a great find. You can buy it. It's called, I have the box here. What did I do with the box?
While you find it, I'm just going to look at this.
Oh, okay. Tell them what that is.
That are catfish, and that's a big cucumber right in the middle.
Well, you're almost right. It's catfish, and that's a zucchini. That's not a
zucchini.
cucumber.
I always get confused with catfish.
Well, yeah, cucumbers. You can use cucumbers. I like zucchini better because the cucumbers are more more watery, and so to me, I find that a little more messy. These are super red. Are you showing it?
Yeah.
Oh, how do you know you're showing the people the fish when it looks like you're looking somewhere else?
Phase out.
You phase out. What did I do with that box? I had a box. It's here somewhere. What did I do with it? I put it, oh, here. Okay, here it is.
Okay.
Let me show. This is the hobby. It's called, can you focus on that?
Yep. It is 100% focused.
Yeah, so it's the black box. It's a nice product, very simple to use. It's not practical for a fish room, but it's practical for a targeted situation. If you were just a user and you wanted to use one of these things, you could actually get a little baby brine shrimp every day for like, I would say those are going to hatch over the course of 4 or 5 days. So you could actually get 4 or 5 days of live feeding for your betta, for your baddest, for your nano fish, for your tank. And of course, I have little targeted ones. I want to show you something that just came in tonight, and it'll be an ideal situation for, let me see if you can't reach. I don't think you're going to be able to reach up high. You see these? We just brought these home tonight. These are fry. They just arrived. They are a pistogramma, red-shouldered gold morph of the McMasteri. A very gorgeous fish. And this is another one. No, they don't need to be. They can see really well. Now this one over here, though, we also brought home something. That you hold the camera.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you're the cameraman. Remember?
There you go.
You forgot? Okay.
It's hard to see.
Can you? Well, where are you looking? You gotta look over here. This is where they. What are we looking at? Don't look here. Try to look down where the. See. Let me show you this. Look at the bottom. Can you see from the bottom? All those babies there?
Wait, let's. Yep, I can see.
Can you see where my finger is?
Yeah, I see you.
What do we got there? It looks like a good 200 or more.
Mm-hmm.
And those are electric blue rams.
Why do you call electric?
Well, look at the blue. I'll show you the blue. Here's what electric blue ram looks like. Right in this tank here. You see right up there? Here he is. You see him?
Yeah.
You see the blue over there? You see that fish in the distance? Wait, way over there. Right over here.
Oh,
see?
yep.
See electric blue? It's like there's 2 of them right there. See?
Mm-hmm.
Here he comes. But this one here is really bright. You got him?
Yeah.
See how the electric is like a powder blue, but it's like lit up?
What if you touch him? Do you get electrified?
Electrified? No.
Oh.
No, he doesn't have that potential, but it's so bright you would think it's electrified.
Yeah, it's like an electric eel just charged.
Yeah. Okay. So, are you getting tired?
A little bit.
A little bit? Okay, well, I'll hold it.
I need a rest.
Okay, he's gonna take a rest.
Oh, no.
So these are the fish that we got tonight, and we picked them up from the fish grow out. And what I need to do is test the pH, because I probably will not put these into a. Can you remove the lid here? I don't know if you can reach or not.
I'm very tall. I'm
Yeah?
8 years old.
You're 8 years old. Okay, I'm getting up there. So see if you can unscrew that. Okay, that's a little tight. Okay, take it off. Then we need our pH meter.
Where is it? Where is it?
It's over there, hanging up.
Oh, this?
Yeah, can you reach it?
Oh yeah, I can reach it.
See if you can reach it. It's on a hook, but then the meter is hanging inside the tank, so you're going to have to just take the hook off the wall.
Oh, this is.
Leave the hook on the meter. I have it always sticking in a tank to keep the probe moist.
Okay,
So pick up the probe first. No, not that. Yeah, there you go. Take that out of the water. There you go. And then grab the hook, the silver hook, and take it off the wall. There you go. You grab it by the hook, not by the meter. Grab it by the hook. Get your hand up there to unhook it.
I don't know how you. Oh,
You don't know how? Like this. Just grab it. Like that.
oh,
Yeah, it's just that.
oh.
You see?
I was.
There we go. Okay, sorry for the delay, but we have our meter. Stick that in there very carefully, not kill any fish. Very slow. There we go. We got the meter in. Okay, just let it sit. Okay, good. And we'll take a look at this meter. It's this is water from the tank in which the parents are. So we want to know what it is. So I'm going to turn it on, and we're looking at the pH. pH is dropping.
Salt.
Yes, but it's sometimes for pH meters it takes
Wild.
it takes a while to settle out for sure, but it always heads in the right direction, and then it takes a while to get to the. It looks like 5.3 right now, but it's probably going to drop to 5.2. Yeah, it just did 5.2. Now it probably will go down to 5.1 or 5. I doubt if it'll get into 4.9 or anything like that, but this is quite low. You would not want your fish to be in 5.2 water, except if you were in a pistogramma. So, that's kind of like the thing. And we also have right here, a ppm. So let's check the ppms. And it's very high.
It's like.
Very high, 550. And this is no different. If we remember the batch we brought over a couple weeks ago, that batch was also closer to 750. I think it was, 720 when I brought it over, and 5.4 pH. So this is interesting. It's very similar. It's from the same tank. And now the pH is at 5.1, 5.2, 5.1. So it's going to settle at about 5.1. Now let's go take a look at the numbers from the previous batch when we brought them over. And here they are. On June 25th, today's July 12th. And here we have, it was also high ppm and 5.4 pH. So it's even lower pH. It's dropped. And the fry that we have in here are now grown. They were just very small. You see they're getting their gold color. And these gold color, these are red-shouldered gold form of the apistogramma like masteri.
So 5.2.
Oh yeah? Okay. So there's quite a few in here. These will be nice. I'll show you an older one from a previous batch. This is the previous batch. Centuries? I don't know about centuries. You can see they're nice looking. I don't have a clean view of them, but you can see they're just gold. But when they get to adults, they'll start getting red markings and gold mixed, and they'll look super nice if you've seen them. So can you add eggs to the same water? I guess you could. I guess you could just keep the salt. The salt is not going to change. The instructions didn't say you couldn't, so I guess you can. Now these fry are actually not going to be in the same 5.4 pH. Right now they're in much higher pH because this is what it was on 625 when they were first brought over. But obviously with the water from the tank behind constantly filling and dripping into this, the water will eventually become the same pH and ppm and give the same parts per million of conductivity.
I think
reading.
we broke the laws of physics.
You did, huh? Okay, and there's a few in here. There's about 4 or 5 in here from another batch. So that pair's been laying. And the reason we've been taking the babies away is because, as you can see, their first batch we ended up with 2. Second batch we ended up with 4. Yeah, Jeff, I agree with you. Eventually, you're going to need to clean it out and start over. But you could for a week or two probably just keep adding a few eggs and getting some fry. That's my guess. Somebody asked me about these. We do have some. These are CPDs or celestial pearl danios, and they were asking me if I had some males for sale. Looks like I've got a number of males in there. I can tell them apart, but I don't know how many. I'll have to find out. If he just wants males, I don't mind keeping the females to put with our breeders. Let's see what else has been going on. I do want to mention that we don't have, well, I'm going to show you the batch of, excuse me, we're going to show you a batch of electric blues from a different pair that laid in. I have been having better success getting them to survive if the water is at a low level. And now, once they start free swimming, I'm starting to raise the level and add a little bit of water, maybe a half liter every day, and that will give them some more water. It's sort of like giving a water change when you just add clean water and keep increasing volume. These guys are doing very well, actually. I've fed them baby brine shrimp a few times, and they're already doing very well. So this is time to move them. We're going to move them over here to this breeder box, which has got a lot more volume to it. It's empty right now, and we're going to give it to them. So what do you got there? What does your device do? You're going to demonstrate? Whoops. What happened?
It's supposed to be to shoot blaster.
Oh, so it's a blaster? Oh,
It doesn't hurt your feet.
it doesn't hurt your feet. Why is that? It's just foam.
It's foam.
It's foam. Oh,
This
okay.
is strong.
It is. That's a powerful punch.
Oh, this is 8. It could go to up to 80 feet.
So this is something else during the week I've discovered. I wanted to share this with all the regular listeners. As you know, we have two groups of mascara barbs. This group of mascara barbs has been growing and growing, but I don't notice a lot of big changes, except something happened this week when I looked very closely that kind of caught my attention. I thought maybe it might just catch yours too. You see something a little interesting about these mascaras. Look at that one right there at the top. Look at him. Look at the dorsal fin. There's one. Yeah, there's one. This one right here. Look at this guy at the bottom. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm doing some research. I still don't know the answer, but I start to see small bits, small filaments growing. So that was kind of convincing me that this is a Dawkinsia genus, but of the very likely a similis. When I bought these at the store, they just called them mascara barbs, but this is the similis variety from a river that is traditionally known to have the mascara barbs. However, on the ones I picked up from Dan's Fish, these are younger, and their coloration is a bit different. I got some Odessas in here, and also some of these beautiful cichlids called Macula. See the Macula growing out here? I don't know if you can see him. He's got some nice colors, but I'm not focusing too well.
He looks like a chunky.
Chunky?
Chunky.
Yeah, these mascara barbs are looking nice. They're starting to color and got more color than ever before. That's the thing about these fish, is that they will get more and more each time, more colorful as they go. So that was some of the exciting news to share this week. We've got the coloring up of the black. These are the black ruby barbs.
Ooh, they
So
look like
good.
ruby. They did.
Ruby colored, yeah. They got a dark ruby colored. The males do anyway. I also wanted to share with you this new spawn. And there's a good number in here. So we're looking at a pretty good number.
I have a stone in my hair.
And we have a new electric blue batch that we're going to try to raise. And speaking of coloring up, you know what? There's also the cherry barbs. Just to show you, the male cherry barbs are starting to look really nice.
I have a stick.
Yeah, they're up here in this tank here. I have to get the stool or ladder up high for you to see them. Okay, right next to my Alexa.
Alexa, what time is it?
It's 9:33 p.m.
Oh, thank you. Notice, remember a few weeks ago we picked up these albino cherry barbs, and looks like we've got 2 males and 4 females. That's fine. We'll see what we can do with these as well, because they're quite an attractive fish. The albinos, I think, do have a interesting color to them, more so than the regular ones. I saw at Planted Aquaria, I think it was the regular cherry barbs. But look at the males. I think that they're going to get more intense too. This one, there's one epistogramma male in here. But look at the males. They're quite colorful. I mean, they're like very cherry, huh? Not a bad looking fish. Okay. So, let's see if there's any questions to be answered.
Hey, I also want to
Yeah, you know, 2 lines of mascara barbs. You have a question, Mr. Z?
No, I want to also do the questions with you.
Oh, okay. All right. Whoa. Ha. Whoa, that was an earthquake, huh? Get over here. Tell me what questions we got. Can you answer these questions? I don't see any questions.
Yeah.
There's a question? There we are. So you have 2 lines of mascara barbs. Well, I guess you could say there's 2 lines of mascara barb. You could say that. This is the microphone.
Oh.
So you could say that. You could say we have 2 lines of mascara barbs, but one is actually a different species. And that was recently divided. The one species, which used to be called Dawkinsia assimilis, and they divided it and found that they could really call them two different ones. Not just, what is that on your forehead? That's a suction cup.
I use suction cups.
You use suction cups, huh?
How has the egg collector been doing for you?
Not been doing good at all. And the reason is because it's the egg collector right here. This is it right here.
Is that big?
Yeah, this thing, it's just overgrown. I need to get in there and clean it out because I don't think it's putting out.
Sorry. Scrubby.
Yeah, I think it needs to be cleaned out, and that's what I'm going to do. But I just haven't had a chance. I won't expect any more fry to appear in there until I clean it out. Yeah, it's not working properly. It's clogged, in other words. But I just haven't had a chance to fix it. But we'll get into production again. So they divided the genus Dawkinsia into all these different fish, but there was one assimilis. They decided to call the 2 different mascara barbs. So there's 2 kinds. One is from certain rivers. There is another from other rivers. So they do sometimes, maybe they could even cross with one another at certain times of the year when the water gets high. There are places probably where there's crosses between the 2. But be that as it may, we know that the kind that is most popular in the industry with tropical fish keeping is the Dawkinsia apsara. The apsara is actually, what was that?
There was an episode.
an episode. Well, I don't know what episode that was, but yeah, so the Apsara is the one that's very commonly known from the tanks of LRB, and also, in my opinion, I know I have a friend on Facebook, LB Howgate, and he's got the Apsara also. Beautiful fish. They're just outstanding when they get fully coated up. And don't it makes me nervous when you poke that at your eye. And my mother taught me always never to point things that shoot into your face or in your eye, Even if it's a nerve, your eye is very sensitive. That's a lesson for everyone. So thank you very much for joining us tonight. Careful. How old are you again?
I'm 8, but I have a crazy imagination.
You have the imagination of a, would we say, 7-year-old or a 9-year-old?
5-year-old.
5-year-old. Unbelievable. So that's the answer. I'm suspecting, because most of the time when you buy these fish at shops, you can't get a real answer. They don't even know where they got the fish. They just order them. They come. They don't know what river they come from. So sometimes you got to beware what you buy. It's like a few years ago, I purchased I went to the store excited because they said they have mascara barbs. So I went and got all the mascara barbs. Well, they had, I don't know, they probably had 50, and I purchased 30 of them.
So you purchased practically a quarter.
I know, I purchased more than half. And I got them home. I was so excited. And after they grew for about 2 or 3 months, I started looking at them closely, and I said, these are not mascara barbs. Turns out what they were Rohani barbs, teardrop barbs.
Wow, they
So
lied.
I haven't, well, no, they didn't lie. That's what they got them as. And in other words, they order mascara barbs, but that's what was sent. And so they didn't intentionally know that. And that's what 90% or 95% of the most tropical fish shops do. They order, they receive, and they sell. And when I brought it to their attention, they said, well, that's what they were sold to me as. So there wasn't much to be done at that point. I did enjoy them for quite a while, and I was always on the look for true mascara barbs, and I parted with those Rohani barbs when I was able to get some actual mascara barbs. And we'll see how these look, so we'll enjoy them too.
What is the mascara barbs?
Mascara barbs, we just looked at them. There was a big black spot over there.
Okay.
Yeah. So thank you very much, everyone. That's the explanation. I'm just saying that they're probably 2 different species, and not likely I'm going to be mixing them, or I'm going to be trying to cross them. I don't think there's no point.
Incorrect.
Incorrect? What are you saying?
Incorrect.
Fish names has come close to driving me from the hobby a few times. Yes, and you know what's funny is that sometimes a fish to some people is, like called one thing, and then other people call it something else, and they all have different names for the same thing. I still think you're a fish. Are you a CPD, a Celestia Perdaniel, or are you a Rasbora, Galaxy Rasbora? That's what I want to know.
Both.
You're both. You're absolutely right. Those both names are the same thing.
I'm on the camera.
Yeah, they're exactly the same thing. So, in other words, the names could be so different, and it drives me crazy too. Well, is it a Daniel or is it a Rasbora?
Both.
Both. Well, anyway, being that what it is, I think some people just call them CPDs. Others call them Galaxies. Your finger is covering the camera. What are you trying to do?
Trying to see the comments.
Oh, what I do is swipe up. I go, boom.
Thanks for the stream.
Been lurking with grandbaby sleeping on my chest. Oh, very nice. Pepin Creek Aquatics, thanks for joining us tonight. And everybody else, Lumpy Dog, thank you very much. You've received the wrong Rasboras from online vendor yesterday. Oh no, that's terrible when you order something and especially when you expect a certain something. And unfortunately, the people that work at some of these places don't have deep knowledge, and they go by just what they think is the case, or maybe it's mismarked on the tank, or it's an old marking on a tank that didn't get updated. Could be a lot of things.
They just do what they're told to.
It's hard when you get something online, you order something, it's shipped, and it arrives wrong. But let me put it to you this way. I did a lot of conversation with Dan's Fish to ask him about these mascaras, and I went back and forth for quite some time asking him questions. What was their source? Where did they come from? I also asked them, what did they look like? What are some of the signs? And they went back, and instead of calling them, they actually changed the scientific name after talking to me from the Dalkinsia assimilis, and they changed it to the Apsara because they really believed that it was the Apsara that they were selling, and they sold them to me. And I think so far I'm in agreement with that change because it looks like that's what we got. Of course, they aren't fully grown yet to see really what the colors will look like, but we'll see. If they look as awesome as LRB's mascaras, we'll be in great shape because I have a good number of them. I think there's 16 in there. That makes for a nice number of, we could even put together two different little groups, 8 and 8. See if we can get some spawns. That would be wonderful. Yeah. Exactly. And Dan, after talking, it wasn't actually Dan who I was communicating with. It was the fellow that, I think it was the fellow who did the fish, actually would be the one filling the order, and I can't remember his name. But anyway, I was in touch with him. And I did say, when I first saw them, Dan was the one, when I first knew that he had them, was on one of his live streams. He mentioned that he was going to the tank and he was showing these fish, and he showed them off, and he says, I think these are the real deal. So many times it's happened to him where he orders the mascaras, but they come in as Rouhanis or some other, or filament barbs, black spot, and he had that same situation. He would say that, and he was so happy that this time it looked like they were the real deal, and so I'm hoping they are because I went for it. I know for me it was a big expense because I had to not only ship them, but I also had to import them. So I had to go down to Niagara Falls, pick them up, get them, bring them here, and there were no losses, no illness, nothing. And it was nothing bad or tragic happened. It was a really good order. There's only one fish out of the 16 that has a slight deformity, but not anything to worry about. I don't think it's anything for me to worry about. No, most people wouldn't even notice. I notice it, but maybe I'm just paying too much attention to detail, right?
Yep.
Well, how should we sign off from FishEZ?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. How do we say? Like and subscribe, and thank you for leaving your comments below. I do get to all questions, and I do like to respond, so thank you very much. Can
I do the cut?
The what?
Can I end it?
Well, I want to see what this comment was about the mini snowball plecos. Mini Ranger plecos are getting pretty big though, as are the mini small. Yeah, it's funny because in the pleco world, that's also one that I couldn't be an expert on because there are so many. They look so similar, and there's so much variance with different plecos that you can get one that just looks different, or shall we say different than the rest, or somewhat, and almost looks like a different species. Are you trying to get all the attention? Okay, I think it's time for me to sign off.
Me too.
There isn't a true expert in plecos. I've seen so many people try to be, but it is amazing that there are so many undescribed plecos, or shall we say, unnamed. They don't have names. There's so many that they're still finding. There's many plecos out there that we don't even know about yet, and so maybe they'll come to the hobby and the eventuality of finding them and getting them to the point where they can be um, sent out in a decent supply. And then there's some that are just so rare, losing their habitat, that we may never see them. That's one of the sad things about the real world. The native habitats are being destroyed so much. So check out aquarium.biz and see what we have. And by the way, as time goes on, I was talking to Malik, the co-owner of aquarium.biz, and we were discussing this. There's so many things we have yet to post and make available to everyone out there. So stay tuned and check it out. And I'll be talking about that in future videos as to what we add, what we've added, what's included, what is new, and what discounts and specials we got going. Sound good? This is FishEZ out, and thank you so much for joining us. And above all, keep it real.
Bye.